welcome back to CDT everyone. It is me, Ditto. I wouldn't usually talk about a subject like this, but today's update gave us 2 times money. Yeah, it's a 2 times event. This isn't an update video, this is just me discussing something bad happened. You know the Ferrari 812? Let me try and find it. Yeah, see it? Corsaro 218. Look what they've done to it. Believe me when I say this, but that's not the only bad thing to have happened this update. Due to licensing issues, a total of 15 cars from the permanent shop have had to have been remodelled. Now I'm going to show you each of these, and I'm just going to discuss the differences that have been changed, and then I'm going to have a sort of prediction thing, or I don't know what to call it. That's going to come at the end of the video, so stick to the end. Only we're not going to be discussing the remodels first. We're actually going to be discussing this, the Ferrari 458 Italia. Somehow this has managed to survive the remodelling. I don't think they've actually changed the model. And that's also weird because it's no longer in the permanent shop. It's just completely vanished. Now, I think this was in the permanent shop originally. I don't think it was like a free car or anything. That was the 430. And it wasn't an event car either, like the 458 Speciale. So they have removed one car from the permanent shop. But that car hasn't been remodelled, and that just means that we've kept the 458 as beautiful as it is. Finally, some good news. Probably the only good news in this video as well. The first of the 15 is this. The Ferrari Purosangue. 238 grand. And what they've done is they've changed the wheels, I think. Given it a completely new front light bar and a new rear light bar, which makes it look extremely generic and dull. Really don't like this. I never liked it from the start because it had this weird hole in the roof that was supposed to be glass, but just looked like it had a hole in the roof. And now they've made it worse. Can't even spec the wheels properly now. The next car to go under the hammer is this, the Roma, the Ferrari Roma. Once again, they've just changed the front and the back. But, new thing, they've added an interior. So you will note for quite a few of these remodels that the interior has been changed. Or, no, not changed. Sometimes added, sometimes changed. Which is a positive. I mean, I would have much preferred for the Roma to have just got an interior without being made to look like an Asda knockoff, but still. And then there's the Ferrari Testarossa, also got an added interior, and it hasn't actually done too badly in this. The side strakes look a little bit off, and there's been some plasticky bits added. The engine's actually got more detailed, which I quite like, even if it does make it look a bit like a pickup. But there is one thing that I haven't tried out yet. Does it still have the pop-ups? Bruh. What do you mean? Oh, maybe... No, I think actually it does have the pop-ups. Let's just see. Oh my god. What the hell are they? Moving swiftly onwards from that nightmare fuel. The first of 2 cars where I actually have an interesting thing to mention about them. It's this, the Ferrari F8 Tributo. And the interesting thing about it is, it's got its custom wing removed and also the wide body removed, but not refunded. Now, I don't have this problem because I have way too much money, but put yourself into the shoes of somebody that's just been saving up for the wide body and has just bought it. And it's like cost them a hell of a lot. Can you imagine how angry they would be to have just lost all their money for the wide body to get removed like that? I'm sorry, but I am really not happy about this. Foxy, at least refund it. And the 2 custom wings have gone as well. Why? because it's shit. The 488 was also hit with the wide body removal and the change of design, but less. In fact, the interior looks quite decent, but my big issue is, well, the custom wing is still there. That's nice, but I don't know. I just really don't think that putting those vents here and, all the vents everywhere looks good. Foxy, why would you do this? Although, to be fair, this is actually relatively accurate to real life. Just not quite accurate enough for the suing happy Ferrari to come and get annoyed. The police 488 also got hit. But this one's interesting because they've been made the same price now. So actually a couple of price changes have happened quickly. The F8's been upped by about £5,000 in price. Not too much. And then the 488 has actually lost £10,000 of value. So, buyer's advice here, get the 488 police car. Because now that it's not £10,000 more expensive than the standard 488, and the standard 488 doesn't have the wide body to make it unique, you can also tune this, which makes it better in police race. Get the 488 police car. Out of all the cars in Ferrari to be hit, I think the SF90 and the SF90XX got hit the worst. Look at this. This is so generic, it's genuinely irritating me. I never liked the SF90 to start with. I always thought in CDT it sucked. It's got an interior now. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And yet, they've gone and ruined it by making it look bland and generic and disgusting. This is criminal. I'm not even going to look at it anymore. Goodbye. But I do feel kind of sorry because now they've taken literally everything away from the SF90. I promise you this isn't the F40 Competizione, because that's actually what the one in CDT is, I think. Yes, this is the standard F40 now. The design has been changed, and there is one test to do. See if the pop-ups are still on there. Oh god, no. Oh no, please. No! They've gotten rid of the pop-ups. And yet there's still a square there for us to know that they should be there, but they aren't. This is wrong, and I hate it. And now for the first of the 4 Bugattis to be hit with this thing. This was a Type 57 SC Atlantic. They've gone and changed the wheels. They've made the windows look like they've melted. It's got these weird silver lines running around it. It looks wrong on every level, and I'm genuinely disgusted by it. This looks like one of those kit car replicas of the Type 57. It's wrong, it's disgusting. I'm going to rant about it for 10 minutes if I don't cut myself off now. And now from one of the worst cars to be hit, to one of the best. I actually really like the redesigned version of the 599 GTO. I do wish the rear lights weren't replaced with vents, and there is actually way too many vents and mesh everywhere. But the new carbon stuff is placed in the right places. The wheels don't look too bad. Not the best, but decent for knockoff standards. And generally, this isn't too bad of a looking car. Why couldn't they all be this way, Foxy? And now to one of the worst looking ones. They took away the actually half decent SF90XX, and they've turned it into literally just an SF90 with a couple of body mods. This is by far the worst bit of remodeling that Foxy's done. Well, not Foxy, whoever did. I'm just using Foxy as like an abbreviation of Foxy Productions, but this is the worst remodeled one by far, because they've got rid of all of the uniqueness, and it's genuinely heartbreaking to see. I feel this is just wrong. They really have ruined the SF90XX. What a shame, because I actually didn't mind the SF90XX. Thought it was quite nice. Now to the VIP Bugattis, I think. This is a shame. This is the Veyron. Only it's not. They've really gone and ruined the Veyron with this. It looks genuinely god-awful with these lights. Wait, hold on. The lights at the front actually remind me quite a bit of the prototype Veyron. So maybe this is actually referencing something. Which would actually be quite clever, Foxy, if it wasn't executed so terribly. Anyway, so it just really looked quite bad. To be honest, I didn't like the prototype Veyron either. So that's a shame. And I know that I've said that there was 15 remodels. There wasn't, there was 16. There was also this, the Veyron police car. It's basically just a two-tone Veyron, but the two tones in a different place. And it's very sad. One of the things that's really peeved me with the F40's redesign, and you know, the fact they've removed the pop-ups, is that we've still got the F40 LM, well, Competizione, which doesn't have pop-ups. Foxy, I have no words. And now back to the really god-awful redesigns. This was a LaFerrari, I don't want to acknowledge it as now. The thing that's really got me is the wheels. The wheels look completely wrong. They remind me of these ones. Like, you could just swap between these and you can't tell which is the standard and which is not. This is another level of disgusting. I hate it. Because I hate it when people wheel swap things with good wheels. Why? Why would you do that? Need I say more? I'm not going to say much. Just look at it. Take it in. And if this looks bad, just look at the rest. You know what? You know those people that make Veyrons and Chirons on like Civic chassis? This is literally one of those. The Devo hasn't actually gone through too much. It's got slightly changed front grille, but that's not too bad, at least not in this light. It's got a changed rear wing and rear aero in general, and lights, and that's not too bad. So somehow the Devo's gone through pretty much unscathed. Apart from the fact there's just random bit of second paint option in the carbon. Why? I don't know. It's shit. The car I most want to talk about, though, isn't actually being remodelled. In fact, it's a load of cars. Because these are only the shop cars that have actually gotten remodels. But I think this means that events and limited cars, well, the up-and-coming event cars are going to have remodels, but the limiteds, well, the limiteds are just not going to return, which is a shame because I'm missing the EB110, the Mistral, and the Bugatti Atlantic Concept, and the FXXK Ferrari, and the Enzo, which is sad. But the thing I'm most worried about is, what does this mean for the future of CDT? Are we really going to have to spend the entire game with just remodelled, literal Asda versions of cars? Because if we are, it's going to kill CDT. I'm thinking this could be the beginning of the end. Now, I could just be being overdramatic. It could, you know, that's what people were saying when Lamborghinis got removed. And now look at it. But I don't know what's happening in the future of CDT, and I'm scared for it. Which is why tomorrow's video isn't going to be on CDT. I'm not even joking, you're going to see me outside of CDT. Rare occasion. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And pray for CDT, everyone.